Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. This is a horrific case of a mother who murdered her 6 and 9-year-old. This is giving me Susan Smith vibes, guys. Check out this video.
Not long after the crime tape went up in this quiet Shepherdsville subdivision, the talk began, and eventually the awful rumors proved true. According to police, Tiffanie Lucas shot her 2 young children inside their Bentwood Drive home Wednesday morning.
It's sad. I mean, what's this world coming to? For a mother to shoot her 2 children like that.
WLKY News Chopper was there as the siblings were rushed to Norton Children's in downtown Louisville, 30 minutes away. That's where the kids, ages 6 and 9 years old, died in surgery.
I'm a mom of 2, and it's hard.
We're told a neighbor found the siblings shot around 11 Wednesday morning after noticing something wasn't quite right at the house.
One of our neighbors came home and entered the house and found that the 2 kids had been shot.
According to court records, the children were found shot in a bedroom with the gun still on the bed. And while police won't discuss motive, neighbors can't imagine a reason for the tragedy that unfolded just a few doors down.
It's devastating. As a mother, I can't imagine that, thinking that that's the only way.
So we're going to take a look at the details here since she made her initial court appearance, well, through video. And look at her Facebook page because my mind is blown. I cannot believe that this woman did this to her 6 and 9-year-old. The older half-brother of one of the kids has spoken out, and we'll get into that as well. But this is a screenshot of her initial appearance, a video appearance. As you can see, she looks really thrilled to be there. And again, her name is Tiffanie Lucas. Seemingly another Susan Smith. That's the initial vibes I got out of it, was Susan Smith. So this is from wave3.com. This again is in Louisville, Kentucky. Bond has been set at $2 million for the mother accused of killing her 6 and 9-year-old sons in Bullitt County. Those living around the home are trying to process what happened. A community is in mourning in Bullitt County after the details of 2 young boys and new details Wave News learned from a neighbor casts an even darker shadow on what might have happened on Wednesday morning. A makeshift memorial made of teddy bears, toys, and flowers stands as a reminder for the tragic shooting that happened Wednesday morning. Police say the 2 brothers, aged 6 and 9, were found shot in a bedroom. An arrest report identifies the shooter as their mother, 32-year-old Tiffanie Lucas. Lucas has been charged with 2 counts of murder and is now at the Bullitt County Detention Center. However, the community is still trying to wrap their heads around the incident. I don't think anyone can comprehend why a mother would do this. I really can't. It's just a burden and heartbreaking, not just for that family, but obviously there's a circle of teachers and other students and people in the neighborhood. Little Flock Baptist Church lead pastor Nate Asbaugh said, "It's an extreme loss and suffering." A neighbor who did not want to be on camera told Wave News that she watched the 2 brothers play outside the night before they were killed. The neighbor said they talked to Lucas and she seemed down Tuesday, but at the end of the night seemed to be feeling better. After seeing Lucas's car in the driveway the next morning, they planned to check in on the family, but minutes later they say an ambulance was on the scene and Lucas was on the ground in her yard. The person Wave News talked with says another neighbor found the boys in the bedroom with gunshot wounds and called the police. "It just breaks my heart. I hope she gets what's coming to her," said neighbor Steve Steyer. Neighbors who interacted with the boys described them as well-mannered and loved with so much life ahead of them. Basically, this woman here who's got no expression. She's on a $2 million bond and I hope to God no one gets her out of jail. She is disgusting. She is disgusting. And from what I understand, there's an older brother of the oldest 9-year-old victim. So the brother, he's an adult brother of the oldest, which would be the 9-year-old. He says that he and others repeatedly called CPS about concerns with the welfare. Yeah. And we've heard that before, sadly, in cases, that if that's the case, that CPS needs to be investigated as well. This is from the New York Post here. The adult brother of 2 boys who were allegedly shot dead by their mom in Kentucky says the family repeatedly called child services with their concerns, and he now wishes he just snatched the boys to keep them safe. Yeah, that's sad. He's now wishing he just took them. And he obviously knew that's not something you can really do. Again, they're stating how she's been charged with 2 counts of murder and the deaths of Jayden 9 and Maurice 6, who were found inside their home. Of course, she showed no emotion, like I stated, in her initial appearance before the judge. This is the young victim's older brother, Darrell Howard, said several family members had contacted Child Protective Services over the years to voice their concerns about Tiffanie Lucas. We wanted them. We would have taken them with open arms. We loved them so much, Howard told WAKY without detailing if any action was ever taken by the authorities. I should have did more if it came to me snatching the boys out of the house. I should have, and I will hold that on my back for the rest of my life for both them boys. Yeah, he knew he couldn't do that, though, so that's a tough thing, though. He's, like I said, I don't know. That's something that obviously I'm hoping that they're looking into to see what exactly happened with the calls to CPS. Because that's a serious thing as well. So there's Tiffanie, obviously highly photoshopped her face, and there's her 2 sweet boys that she murdered in cold blood. She murdered these 2 sweet children. It's disgusting. I don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't. And and folks are saying, oh, she had a mental breakdown, this or that. I don't know. There's something obviously wrong with her. I don't know if she's just evil or what the deal is, but I am curious to find out what more there is to these, to these alleged calls to CPS. And if CPS looked into it, what they did or didn't do. That's something I'm definitely very curious about. But this is her Facebook page. And her cover photo is of the boys. This is her page, and it is still up. And you take a look here, you got October 31st. And these are all these Halloween photos that she went out with the boys. And of note right here, look at her intro, guys. Jay and Peanuts World Forever. Apparently she called the oldest son Jay, and the youngest son was nicknamed Peanuts. How can you go from Halloween, okay, all of this Halloween stuff here, this fun time with your children, and then you have October 10th, look at all this painting. They're doing all this painting with these boys. I don't understand how you can go from all of this to brutally shooting and murdering your children. I mean, there she is in the gym. I mean, obviously from seeing her photos, she's definitely into herself. I don't know if it's a selfish situation. I don't really understand, as far as that's concerned. But again, there's photos of her, it looks like, with other family. And she's putting here, family is everything. Well, Tiffanie, I don't know. family, you sure took away the youngest members of your family, didn't you? So I can't comprehend how she can go from that these two boys are supposedly her world, and then she brutally kills them. And then she appears for her initial appearance via video in court and acts like nothing is going on. I mean, look at these sweet faces. I don't understand how she could hurt these babies. I mean, come on. How could you hurt these babies, Tiffanie? How could you hurt your own flesh and blood? Your own flesh and blood. I don't get it. I really don't. You go from happy times, and all of a sudden, you decide to brutally murder your babies. It does not make any sense to me. These beautiful boys right here. These beautiful boys. They barely lived their lives. They barely lived their lives. And she decides to shoot them to death. How do you go from painting, having nice Halloween time with your kids? Obviously, they were into Star Wars, all these fun things, and you're saying that they are your world, yet you decide to kill them. And this is not even a murder-suicide situation, guys. And I hate to say that, but it's not as if she was thinking, well, we need to all leave this world together, because that's not obviously what happened. And her silence and crossing her arms at her first video appearance with the judge last week, I don't know. Makes you wonder what is going on in her head. What I do know is her next court appearance is the 14th. So that will be Tuesday. Hopefully there'll be some more information by then. I don't know. But rest in peace to these two sweet children. And I hope they get some justice, because I don't care what's going on with her. You don't brutally murder your babies. You just don't. It's horrific. It's horrible. All right, guys, that's all I've got for this one. I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.